Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny Fruit Markets apps. Inside today we need to start this here the shop owners parts. We need to work here and we need to first of all the making here the create here the tabs for the new orders. We need to change here the user app to we need to write down here the my order to new orders. Like we need to changing for the here admin tabs. Now we need to go inside here the admins and main tab inside we need to change this here the my order to new orders. Like so need to change this year's new orders, new order. Like we need to paste this year's and we need to set this year's. Now then after we need to click here and we need to set this here the screens. We need to configurations are the needs. Need to making here the UI for the orders. Need to write down here the new folders orders and making here the new files and making this here the new order list dot underscore screen dots like create here the stateful widgets and we need to write down here the new order list screen and we need to make here the new we need to go here the open list like this UI need to copy here this scaffold and this list view generators for making here the UI. Now we need to go here the first of all the this here remove here and we need to set this here the container like here set here the pics we need to set now pi and remove this here. Okay. Now we need to remove here the action no disconnect actions. Now need to set here the titles new order orders here import this here the extensions this pop extensions maybe these sliding buttons no need so need to creating here the containers like here click back and save this here. Remove here on use on boards need to removing here first of all now need to copy the screens and we need to go inside here the main tab so now need to put here the everything's change this here the screen names like here the new order list like we need to showing here now making here the UI for the making here the cells how look like this show here the order row we need to put here so we need to here possible here the two way we need to main specifics one content orders need to show here otherwise need to specific items related to orders like here the given this here the orders inside the two items like bananas and apples two different items that's why need to possible here the one row inside the displaying two items otherwise need to making here the individually items wise you need to creating here the row this is where we need to creating here and we need to follow this here the specifics one item to show here the and specifically manage this here the single items this is the good way for the shop owners because need to sometimes need to available some items available for the same order place and sometimes need to delay to arrive inside the shops that's why I need to making here the different delivery times that's why I need to managing here the difference that's why I need to making here the much efficient way we need to set here the different items wise we need to making here the order list we need to show here now we need to follow this second way and to individual items wise you need to ordering so need to showing here now need to create here the containers create here the childs and before creating here the childs need to make here the containers. Inside we need to create here the row like here and like this sets. Then after we need to set here the image assets. We need to set this here the names. First of all, we need to go inside here the temporary assets. We need to use this here's fruit png now like this. Need to put here. Now need to give this here the width and height. So need to give this here the 50 and height. So need to set here the 50. Set here the fit box fit cover. Like so need to setting here and then after maybe wrap widgets need to give this here the clipper rect. Set here the border radius circulars and we need to set this here the 10 and like configurations are the needs here for this UI need to configures need to save here and show like this here. Then after so need to making this here the colors need to give this dividers color black 26 and show like this here the linings. Then after so need to match most important parts of this UI. Need this here the which items need to orders need to show here the full titles. Then after number of quantity how number of quantity you need to ordering these items like this need to only need this here the related to information so need to needs here and then after clicking so need to show here the full details of these orders so need to showing like this managing CS. Now first of all so need to making here the columns. First of all so need to expand widgets need to use here the extendeds and we need to creating here the columns. Set here the child remove your colors container not containers need to use this here the column create here the childs like here's we need to set here's and then after we need to configure this here the image not image set here the text need to set here the text as we need to set here the fruit name like here's set here the styles text styles set here the color t color not primary text and set here the font size 15 and font weight 700 like this showing here and set this here. Then after we need to set this here the cross axis alignment. Need to set here the start and we need to give this here the between this space sized box which space we need to providing here. Need to set here the 15 like this showing here and then after copy here and we need to write down here the row childhoods and we need to show this here the text set here the 12 and regular font and set here the titles order quantity show like the here and set here another things one by maybe two quantity kg 1 kg like yours we need to setting like here for this data and need to make here these names creating here the another row and we need to call here the expanded wrap with here the expanded Need to set here the text, paste this here, and we need to set this here the 12 regulars, and maybe we need to set here the 10 is good, and we need to set here the secondary text, and we need to set here the order dates. We need to write down here 9 April, 55, and we need to set here the times 10 p.m. Like, so need to configurations are the needs here. Maybe need to like temporary need to set like this here, the showing here the dates like here, and need to show here the orders space order status. New, set here the color blue. Need to set here the 15s and font weight. Need to set here the font weight dot bold 700, and show like this here the new orders. And if you need to set here the conditions, indexed equal to 2, then need to processing, and also need to change this here the colors. Need to set here the green light color green, show like this here the processings, lock here conditions. And if you on we need to on delivers, then need to on way like this. Need to change this here the output delivery like this, managing here the status for the new order. So need to managing this here the it is here the new order list. Inside always need to show here the uncompleted orders. Need to showing here for this tab here. If you complete it, then to make this here the my order list inside. Need to also orders need to show here. If you like this here the UI, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.